Welcome back to another Blue Lock video. Today we're discussing chapter 313 titled Opening Warriors. Japan versus Nigeria is about to begin, so let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. The chapter begins with a flashback where we see the four Nigerian players that were introduced previously as they are playing a game of football. This little info text says that everything started at that time, at that place where Onazi gave us a future. This emphasizes these players as childhood friends and illustrating how their teamwork is going to be solid. As we see Onazi jump into the air to receive the ball, we see his friends cheering him on as he kicks it into the goal. Meanwhile, the narrative text refers to him as their shining hope. And look at him with that cheeky grin. I just know he's going to be like a jokester-like player. We fast forward to the modern day as the two announcers that we saw previously in the under-20 match against Japan are now the ones announcing the games in the under-20 World Cup. They introduce themselves and go over the regulations for this tournament. This information is probably familiar for a lot of football fans, but given the fact that a lot of Blue Lock readers are not football fans or just unfamiliar with football rules such as myself, this is quite helpful. But they explain that the 64 participating countries will be divided into 16 groups of 4 teams each, and they'll compete in a round-robin tournament. The top 2 teams from each group will then advance, and it's interesting how we see certain countries here on this page that are most definitely guaranteed a spot in the next round. We have Spain, we have Brazil, so it's safe to assume that these countries are definitely going to make it. Anyways, they then explain that the top 32 teams will then move on to the final tournaments, and including the third place playoff match, there will be a total of 128 heated matches played. And I can imagine that if Blue Lock managed to get to the finals, it would be like perhaps a total of 7 games, which includes obviously the 3 games in this round robin tournament. And so we can expect games in terms of Japan versus Nigeria, France, England, Spain, due to the fact that we have that set up with Bunny. Maybe Germany, I can't say words today because of Kaiser. Perhaps Italy or Brazil, and France again in the finals. But anyways, the announcers then explain that the matches involve the Mikage translator earbuds, blah blah blah. We already know this. So the match is about to start, and we see the formation from all these different players. And all I gotta say is that on the Nigerian side, just remember these 4 names right here: Onazi, Kuso, Bello, and Oba Abona, because these other players, I doubt you're gonna see them have any use. So the kickoff begins on this beautiful double-page spread. Isagi and Rin rush towards the opposing team as Onazi kicks it towards Kuso. Kuso, the captain defensive midfielder, gears up for the challenge, and as Isagi and Rin charge, Kuso hits a speed bit around Isagi. Now this was painful to read, man, because how you gonna do this to my goal? Got that man shook, he don't know what to do, but Rin is already on the move. Kuso ain't phased though, and sends that ball flying past Roman rail, but he ain't looking too good, man. Now the ball goes straight up in the direction of Batra, and it looks like he's gonna intercept it, but here comes Bello, the right midfielder, saying again with this cheeky ass grin right there. Now look at this, you can't tell me this isn't a Bachiro clone with the identical smile and everything. Bello then takes the ball past Bachiro with a swift turn, and even he has to compliment that, saying how it's a nice twirl. As Bello passes the ball up front, we see Ryu stepping in just in time, referring to the pass as sloppy. But Ryu didn't know who he was dealing with, as here comes Onazi out of nowhere, saying that it's fine because he's here. Now, where have I heard that phrase before? Not to worry though, IQ is already here to block that shit, but he made a grave mistake leaving himself wide open for a goal to be scored. Knowing this, Onazi takes a shot, and just as all hope seems lost, my boy Nico saves that. I didn't know you had moves like that, Nico. That's my guy. I doubted you. I'm so sorry that I doubted you, man. This is my guy. It's time to invest in the Nico stocks. I am now a certified Nico fan. And looking at that pose, you already know that man is really serious. He had that one eye open and everything. This man looks like he's ready for a photo shoot. The girls ain't watching, little bro. Who are you trying to impress? Okay, the girls are definitely watching, obviously, but that doesn't matter. He's doing too much. Anyways, he says that the gaps must be filled to exterminate the vermin. And he must be taking a page out of Isagi's book, because ain't no way he's been saying this shit before. But Onazi is unfazed. This is the type of player you need to watch out for, the kind that's out there complimenting you as they're playing the game. But because Nico blocked it, the ball is in the air, but it is intercepted by Karasu, who sends it flying across the field as it launching a counter attack. The ball then goes straight down to Hiyori, and immediately he hits across towards Rin, and he gets straight to work. He takes the ball and just moves past these no-names. He just slips past them one after the other, but Abona comes in real quick, saying, "No way, gonna stop ya." Sure thing, buddy. But Rin, being that guy, immediately activates his predator eye, calls this guy tepid, and shoots the ball. Even Oabona was shocked. I guess he could not, in fact, stop him. As it looks like the ball is about to go in, it's blocked by Onazi at all people. And where did this guy come from? Wasn't he all the way across the field? Did he seriously run all the way from there to the front just to block the ball? And he even says again, "It's all good cause I am here." Now, I swear that sounds very familiar. And look at this, right? The goalkeeper looks like he wasn't even gonna be able to defend that at all. But just as Onazi is celebrating his win, thinking that he got it, we see a familiar puzzle piece. In fact, we see several puzzle pieces flying. As the ball is in the air, Isagi is right below it, Metavision activated. He says, and I quote, "I've transcended them. I see a vision of our victory." And wait just a minute, wait a minute. What do you mean transcended? It's football. Where are you transcending to? But we don't get an answer, as unfortunately the chapter ends. And what a chapter, man. This game is already intense. This is one of those chapters where you just read it and it's over within 2 minutes. So much has happened, and ultimately it was a very great chapter. But this is what I'm going to hate, where week by week you get a new chapter, you read it, you're entertained, but it ends way too quickly, and it's just kind of how it's going to be for the next 3 to 5 years. But like I said, it was a good chapter, and what I really liked about it is that we just get straight to the point. Everyone's doing their movements. You get a good explanation for how the tournament is going to go for anybody who's just not knowledgeable about football, and we see how threatening the Nigerian team are. And Onazi looks like he's going to be a very serious threat, as he looks like he's going to be like Isagi, where he can already sprint across the field in so many different cases, acting like a defender even though he's a striker. And I'm really starting to believe that this guy has either Metavision and or Predator Eye, because we saw how he was like, "You're wide open," and we saw how he immediately blocked Rin's shot despite being way across the field. And This is what makes me think he has metavision, because this is something similar to what Isagi did when he blocked that goal against Chris Prince. It is weird though how we didn't see the metavision design eye activated. We didn't see that design, but I'm just assuming that he has it. And the way the chapter ended, with Isagi looking like he's about to do something, I'm already excited. This could mean we're just immediately getting a goal in the next chapter, and this makes me think that this specific game against Nigeria is probably not going to be very long. Overall, it was fun. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.